Thank you.
It's a bit of an odyssey, I would think, the last 2 days. Can you just sort of describe the difference of yesterday and today and the overall? It must be a relief to have that match over.
Yeah, it's a great relief, obviously, and to get it over in 4 sets. As well, I mean, I was a different player. I felt much more comfortable on the court today than I did yesterday. Obviously, the conditions were more brutal for all of us who played yesterday. I can imagine only for the 2 guys before us. I mean, they had to play 4 sets on that wind, and Ferrer was I think coping with that conditions much better than I did, and he was handling it great. I mean, I haven't found any rhythm, so I didn't mind getting off the court yesterday, to be honest, and coming in today.
But you had
No,
sorry.
You had to raise your hand.
You played Andy in 2 pretty big occasions this year at the Australian Open and the Olympics, and different outcomes both times. What were the differences in the 2 matches, and what do you remember most about that Australian Open?
Well, I remember that match going 5 sets, and the distance, it was difficult, as in both physical and mental way, and a lot of long rallies, and you couldn't really say who is going to win that match up to the last point. So most of our matches that we played against each other were very close, and only small margins decide the winner. And that's something that is expected in a way, because we have a similar games, and we are big rivals, and we have been in top of the men's game for a long time, so we know each other really well. And the last match he has won in Olympic Games, also a close one, but it's a different surface, obviously. With the different surface, different tactics apply. So we'll see. Tomorrow, I guess there is no clear favorite.
Can you take us through your routine over the last 30 hours? I'm sorry.
I got 2 questions and I come to you. Yeah.
What are your impressions of the evolution of Andy's game and the effect of Ivan Lendl on him?
Well, I think he's going for the shots more than he used to. I mean, that's something that I guess he was looking for, and I don't know if it's with Ivan's help or not, but he's definitely improved in that part of the game. I mean, mentally he's, I think, more aggressive into the court right now. Probably that's the only thing that he was missing, in his game, because he's one of the most complete players in the world right now. In the last couple of years, he was at the top of the men's game. This is his 5th Grand Slam final, and we all knew that he is definitely a contender to win a Grand Slam title, any year in the last 5 years. But it just wasn't to be in last 4 for him. Tomorrow, I guess he's going to be very motivated to win the title, but me too. Also, I will try to win that match.
Novak, does it seem a little strange to be in a Grand Slam semi-final that's in Roger or Rafa?
Well, I mean, I think it's their rivalry is incredible. It's probably the best rivalry we had in sport. But also it's good for tennis to see different faces in the finals of a Grand Slam. So I don't mind, to be honest. I think we played finals of 2011, Australian Open, Andy and me. So it's not the first time, and it's not the first time we are playing an important match against each other in best of 5. So I'm sure we'll deliver some good tennis for the people.
Now I'm trying. Yesterday, Dave Brewer said that 4 players gave 4 different opinions about what they wanted to see done yesterday, whether to move you guys onto the other court, to get it started, not get it started. Can you share what your opinion was and what your routine was when you got through yesterday?
Well, there was an evacuation mode, so we had to get as quickly out from the club as possible. So that's it was an emergency. So we all went home, and then I've done the work with with my physio, and then with the coach for preparation for this day. So that was all. I mean, regarding the situation yesterday, I mean, weather conditions is something you cannot affect. obviously it was incredibly difficult for all of us, and I mean, people who watched the match of Murray and Verdi could see that, you know, how many times that the player tossed the ball and just let it drop. It's I never seen that in my life ever, that so many times it happened during the match. So it was brutal, but you know, once I was on the court, I really tried to think only about the match. I didn't start well, you know, I tried to get the rhythm. When they came in on 5-2, I mean, that's something, you know, I didn't ask for it. Nobody asked for it. You know, we were focused on the match, but we had to get out, and so we came in today.
Were you relieved to get out?
Yeah, I didn't mind. Trust me.
No, did you want to play on Louis Armstrong Stadium yesterday, though, while the first night final was going on?
No. No. I mean, they didn't ask me, but, you know, there was an option. And I said, I mean, it's not on me to decide. Obviously, whatever you decide, I'll have to accept it.
You've been in this position before in Australia where you had less time to recover for the final, you had the second semi-final
Yeah.
last time. What are the challenges in that? Now you have even less time before this final than you did.
Well, I had, I think, in 2010 also similar situation. I mean, I played 5 sets with Roger, and then I came in the next day, and then it rained. We had to move the finals for Monday. So it's, if I'm not mistaken, this is the 5th Monday final here in US Open, and I'm not so sure about this Super Saturday. You know, I'm not so sure about that anymore. I really hope that the tournament will consider changing things for next year, and I think I'm not speaking in the name of myself only. I think most of the players will agree. And every Grand Slam has a Friday, Sunday. You know, last couple of days, and this is the only Grand Slam that has Super Saturday, and then, you know, eventually playing back-to-back 5 sets with the top rivals and top guys. Yeah, I think that's ridiculous, you know, from the player's perspective. So we'll see what happens.
This is the last year. No,
No, thanks. Obviously, you could come away with 2 titles, major titles this year, so it's a great year. But you were playing at such an extraordinary level last year. What's the mental journey for you been like? The challenges of, obviously, you had to come down a little bit from that level, and why do you think that happened, and how did you tunnel through that?
Well, in life you have ups and downs, so I wasn't really surprised with, if you want to call it a bit less success, you know, in 2012 than it was in 2011. But it's really hard to expect that I can win every single match that I play in 6 months, you know. So this maybe happens once in your lifetime. But I try to take the best out of that experience, you know, try to use it in my own favor in a way that it brings me confidence, knowing that I can play that well on different surfaces. So regardless of the comparison between these 2 years, I still think that it's been a fantastic year for me in 2012.
This is the second time Scotland have faced Serbia this weekend. Did you get a chance to?
Yeah, we watched it together yesterday. It's good that you asked me. We did 0-0. We watched before his semifinals. We took the computer and we watched. We're talking about the football qualifications for soccer, you call it. So it was Scotland against Serbia, and we watched it. And obviously, it was. We tried to be quiet, but inside we were cheering for our own national teams.
Novak, how is your physical status? Do you feel fresh or any injury problems?
No, I don't feel any problems physically. I mean, as I said, it was good to have the job done in 4 sets today, and I feel fresh as I can be at this stage of the tournament, and looking forward for tomorrow.
New Yorkers make a big deal out of the weather, so I feel compelled to ask you this question because it hasn't been asked. Murray completed his match in the wind. Ferrer was coping better in the wind, you said.
Yes.
If you had to play all those sets in the wind yesterday, do you think the outcome might have been different?
The outcome is the way it is today. So I don't want to think. I don't want to go back. No ifs now.
At the French Open, Rafa was in pretty good control, and then you really put together an incredible rally, as I recall, like 8 games in a row, and had the momentum and seemed to be going somewhere. Then the rain came.
And then the weather didn't help me.
So about momentum. Talk about did things balance out. Did you reflect on that at all?
Well, look, I mean, I was really happy to reach the finals in Roland Garros. I never did in my career, and it was just a great achievement. I mean, considering that I came back from 4 match points down in quarters and then 2 sets down the round before that, so I could have gone out from the tournament in the previous rounds, but I went to the finals, and then I faced, the ultimate challenge on clay, Nadal and defending champion. So I mean, I came back. I started feeling much better as the match went on, and that run from 8 games to love. I mean, it was incredible tennis, and I felt that those conditions, wet conditions, were favoring me more than him. And then the rain came, and we continued the next day. I don't want to go back and say that's why I lost the match. I mean, it helped me. The first interruption we had, it helped me to regroup and come better on the court. So it's something that is not. I don't think it's good to talk about those excuses or weather conditions favoring one player or the other. It's something you cannot affect.
But momentum is important in this game.
Momentum?
Yes.
Yeah, of course. Of course, momentum is always important.
Last two in English, please. Please.
Oh, if you don't mind, one quick one again about yesterday's conditions. As an experienced